Right guys, so we're at Porth Reservoir. Because of COVID, the ticket hut is shut, but there's a scheme that I thought I'd introduce you to if you're not aware of it, and that's the fish pass. So the fish pass got introduced for the Southwest probably, I think, about 5 years ago now, and it's a scheme that I've used to great effect, particularly from a fly fishing. And in recent years, the Southwest Lake Trust have introduced a lot of the reservoirs, including Porth, Argyle, I think Upper Tamar's on there. So yeah, it's a really good thing. So what I thought I'd do is just go through with you the process of how we go about getting our day ticket for a particular water. So like I say, I'm here at Porth Reservoir today. So if you look on my phone here, you'll see I've got the Fish Pass app. Now this app can be got from the App Store, or the Samsung App Store, or the Apple App Store. Okay, so quite easily, you have to sign up. The only prerequisite you need is a valid fishing license, and you have to submit your license number when you set up. Okay, so go into the Fish Pass and you'll be greeted with this page. Okay, so first of all, you can go in and you can explore the beach. So you can see there's Porth Reservoir there, and there's various beats all the way down. The ones that are blanked out are the ones that are out of season. So most of those are the fly fishing waters. So let's go back up to Porth. Let's have a click on there. And it tells us that it's free tokens. It gives you a description about the water. It gives you the information and the restrictions. So here particularly it says about your species. So you've got carp, bream, rudd, roach, tench, perch and eels. Fishing time, so you can fish 24/7 if you chose to. And then your directions and then a map. So they've put an awful lot of thought in the information that you'll need as an angler into the beats. So if we go back and back again, to go fishing, you'll need to purchase the tokens. So you simply, as you can see, I've currently got 5 tokens. But if you go onto the profile, you can go into the purchase, and from there you can choose to purchase as many tokens as you want, and it works out about £1.50 per token. Okay, I'll walk up to the code now and I'll give you an explanation as to what we've got there. All right guys, I'll see you in a second. Right guys, so I've made my way up to the permit hut. So as you can see, it's all closed off. There's COVID warnings everywhere on there. But if we look on this little lamppost, you'll see just there, you've got the QR code for Porth 50. That's the number of the beat. So what I'll do is I'll go back into the app and I'll show you it's quite simple and really easy to do. Okay guys. Fishing then is we'll click this go fishing code, and then that will come up the scanner for the QR. And all we do, quite simply, is hold that up and hope that it registers. There we go. So that's registered now. That tells us that we've paid our free tickets and the date and time, and then if the bailiff comes around, you can use this to present to them as your day ticket. All right guys, it is that simple. So if you live in the Southwest, I'm not sure about other areas of the country, but certainly here for Devon and Cornwall, there's an awful lot of beats that you can choose to fish, whether that be fly or coarse or whatever. So get yourselves online, find the app and get going. It's the best way to get out there and get fishing, guys. Also, they've got a really good Facebook and Instagram page. I'll put the links into the video, so check them out. All right guys, tight lines. Right, like I've already said, we're at Porth Reservoir today. It's early afternoon, we've got a few hours just to get out, blow the cobwebs off. So I've got Matthew with me today, my partner in crime, and we've got a few different setups. So we're going to get out and have a go on the perch, see if there's any pike about. But as you can see, it's a lovely day to be out. Porth's looking its usual beautiful self. So hopefully we'll bring you some rod bending, line tight in action. All right guys, tight lines, and we'll see you over on the bank. Cheers! So here we are again, a little bit of deja vu walking down these steps. But here he is, the boy. So I've just asked him if he's looking forward to wetting the line. Quote unquote, Matthew's line was, "I'm looking forward to me Pasty more." Disaster. quick flip around with the Ned rig. I don't know how familiar folk are with the Ned rig, but it's a really good system, particularly for the predators, so the perch, zander, pike, but there are no zander in here, there's no zander in the southwest. So basically once this goes in, this lead will sit on the bottom like so, and then I'll just gently twitch it to make that work across the bottom. Now there's a few methods you can fish this, like I say, twitching it along, or you can give the rod a quick sweeping motion and that will allow that to sort of come along and then come to sit, or you can just reel it in and almost like a sink and draw, so reel it, let it stop, reel it, let it stop. But what I'm going to do is cast it out, allow that to settle on the bottom, and then just very gently, like I do with a drop shot, just give it a twitch. These soft plastics are, and the Ned rig heads, so this is a jig head with the moulded weight, flat weight on the bottom there. These are manufactured by Zedman, probably the leading manufacturer for the Ned rigs. So we'll give it a blat out, give it a few casts, but I can smell Matthew's pasty and I know for a fact that mine's in the bag, so that might take precedence and we might stop fishing. But let's have a go, see what it's about. Right, so let that down, let it just find bottom. And take up the slack, and then just very easily keep in contact with that jig head all the time. Unfortunately, due to the weather we've had over the last sort of week and a half, the water's, as you can see, the clarity of the water is really bad. So I'm not really holding out much hope. If we do get anything, I think it's because the lure may have well landed in front of something and it's opportunistic rather than they're actually predating. But like I say, it's an absolutely glorious afternoon. Out with my boy, Pasty's ready. They're just passing a bit of time. Fish will just be a welcome bonus. Starting to find there's a bit of a theme coming across on my videos in the shape of a pasty. What do you reckon, Matt? It's starting to go that way, isn't it? Steak boy. Like I said before, guys, you've got to have something to look forward to in life. And if that's a pasty, it's a pasty. Changing things up a little bit now, and I'm going to go see if there's any jacks about. So I've got the bait caster down to a wire trace and then onto this lipless jerk bait. So just whacking it out and erratically recovering it, try and sort of imitate a injured bait fish. Not holding out much hope because the temperature's got up quite warm now. It's probably a good 12 or 14 degrees now, but we'll have a bit of a whack here and then I think we'll have a bit of a walk on, eh Matt? Yeah, we'll have a walk on, and we've got all the other side to venture around yet for Matt. So yeah, we'll keep going. So as you can see, I'm quite erratically recovering this, and because it's a lipless jerkbait, it'll just be flipping through the water, and then you hope there's a hungry jack looking for it. This has got a rattle in it as well, so it gives a audible attraction. You hope they're going to pick it up on the lateral line. I think I just disturbed a carp then, Matthew. That doesn't hurt too much. Luckily it hasn't made it to the barb. But hey, trials and tribulations of a pike angler. I think that's a fish. Yeah, it's a fish, Matt. Fish on. So that was on the Ned rig, guys, second cast. As you can see, we're straight into a fish. You got the net, Matt? That was a real subtle take as well. Decent perch, Matt. Really decent perch. Wow, look at that. Get him in, get him in. Whoa. Whoa, look at the size of that. Woohoo! Look at the size of that, Matthew. Right, drop him, leave him in the water. That's it, leave him there. Right, drop that down. Right, guys, so this fish, not only is it a bloody monster, we were fishing the Rapala and we saw movement over there, which must have been this fish moving. So I said to Matthew, just pass me the rod with a Ned rig on it. And I cast it out, and on about probably the 5th turn, do you reckon, Matthew? Yeah. It just went to a dead weight. And I thought, oh, I've snagged. Took the excess line out, and the rod just doubled over. This thing is a beast. Right, Matt, let's get the unhooking, Matt. I think Matthew's getting a bit carried away with excitement. I think the adrenaline's getting a bit too much for him. Right. So just lift the hand of the net so I can lay that down. Right, this is bigger than the last one that I had here. Look at that, Matthew. That's why we're here, mate. So this is definitely the biggest perch I have ever caught in Porth Reservoir. Look at the size of that, Matt. You know, look, hook that line off his head, look. That is absolute beast. And there's the Ned rig right there in his noggin. Absolutely phenomenal fish. Right, let's get him unhooked, Matt. Yeah. We'll let him rest in the net and we'll weigh him and measure him and we'll get some photos, alright? Right, let's just lay him there. Right guys, so I'm just going to disgorge this fish. And there we go. And there he is, there's the Ned rig. Absolutely nailed it, absolutely nailed it. Okay, so let's hold him up for the camera. Matt, there he is. That's a decent perch. Okay, right Matt, if you can move the net, actually we'll put him in the net while we'll get the scale ready. Right guys, so we're going to give him a quick weigh and measure. This is a fat fish. Okay, so lengthwise, right Matt, you got the camera, mate? So lengthwise, he's a good 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40 centimetres. Wow. And then weight, so these scales have been zeroed to the mat. Wow, £2.10. You get that, Matthew? Fantastic. That for me is definitely my PB perch. Right. Matt, can you stand in front of me? Mm-hmm. There we go, folks. That's why we're here. Absolutely stunning fish, absolutely stunning. The size of him. Size of the chomper. Fantastic. Alright, we're going to release him. Let me lift him up, Matt, let me get his chin. Move the net out of the way. No, come to my right, son, that's it. Okay. goes. Yes! Boom! That's why we're here, folks. Guys, I'm absolutely buzzing off that fish. That was amazing. £2.10 of Cornish green and black. Matthew, I think, is buzzing just as much, aren't you, son? Absolutely. So literally all I was doing, we saw a scrawl just on this water's seam here, and I was using a small repale at the time, and there was no way I was getting a distance for it. So I swapped over. Oh, there's a bite. I said to Matt, let's swap the rods over and put the Ned rig on, and I cast it out, and literally, I'm not kidding, 3 or 4 winds of the reel, and it just went dead. It was just a dead weight. It wasn't a hit as such. It was just a thump, not even a thump. Anyway, I took the slack up. Oh, there we go. Oh, nearly. And the rest, as they say, is history. But that was £2, 10 ounce, almost £3. What was the wet length, Matthew? 40 centimetres? On a glorious sunny day, 10 minutes from home, out having a whale of a time with my boy, him laughing at me falling over in the mud. Just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. You can't beat it. Get yourself down here, guys. Use the fish pass, get your tokens, and come and fish. Absolutely worth every single second of it. It really is. Oh, there we go. Oh, that was another bite, Matt. Right, we're getting amongst these now with the Ned rig. It's the way forward, guys. It's the way forward. So as I showed you before, so this is a 1/10 jig head. Just got it onto a VMC quick link, and then I've got a buffer bead there to stop it hitting up on the top eye, and then this little thing wanging about. And as you'll see from the disgorging, that perch absolutely nailed it. So let's keep fishing and see if we can get a few more. So all I do, quite literally, take up the slack and then just give it a bounce across the bottom. With that lead, the way it's configured, it'll just sit that lure up along the bottom like that. And the proof, as they say, is in the eating. And we know the perch absolutely nail it. And this is on really light gear as well, guys. So this is on my gunky finesse. This is the 0.5 to 7. The little Shimano Sedona 1000, 8-pound braid, 6-pound leader, light gear. There we go. There's another bite. You feel absolutely everything. What we do have to be careful of in here is there's some little whiskered predators, dare I say it, and they've been known to take lures. What I don't want to do is hook into one of them on this light gear. That's getting knocked all the way through there. Right, I'm just going to hand this rod over to Matt a bit, because I just want to show you some more of the Ned rig softs that I've got from Zedman, however you wish to refer to it. Back with you. Right guys, so in addition to... You getting bites, son? So in addition to what we're already fishing on the Ned rig there, is a little box of delights I brought with me today. So if I can find, let's have a look at that. We've got that, and we've got that. Okay, so this is what we're already fishing with today. Okay, so it's like a sort of spray tail, little imitation. Okay, so that's that one. Then in addition to that, we've got a little craw. Okay, so again, you'll put the Ned through there, and that will bounce along the bottom, sitting up. And then you've got your classic sort of Ned, almost like a Senko worm there. Okay, so we're going to mix them up a bit. I might put the craw on next just to see if that has any joy. But this is what we've just caught on. Absolutely brilliant. Get yourselves online, guys, and find yourself some Z rigs. Absolutely brilliant. So in terms of weights, I've got 2 weights of Sedman Neds. If I can get hold of one. Okay, so that's a 1/10. No, that's not 1/10, that's a 1/8, and that's a 1/10. So you see how that sits up on the hand. So that's your presentation on the bottom. So that will sit up with your little worm. And as you've seen, again, the proof is in the eating, absolutely deadly. Right guys, we're going to get back to fishing because Matt's getting some movement there. I think we might change up, Matt, and put a little craw on there. And Matt's going to have one more cast. Nice cast, son. So if you watch how Matthew's fishing this, like I said, he keeps the tip up nice and high, takes off the slack, bit less speed, son. Bit less speed, and then stop, and tap, tap, tap. Yeah, so he's watching the fish jump. So just think about keeping your tip high. Stop, bounce, stop, bounce, stop, bounce, bounce, bounce. So the secret to these Ned rigs that I've found is not keeping a routine pattern. If you break that pattern up, so maybe a bounce, 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 it just gives it a bit more movement and fluidity, if that's the word. What's the word I'm looking for? Fluid. Yeah, that'll do. Sounds good enough. Right, bring that up there. Ooh, I think there's silt or a discarded line down there. Right, so we're going to change this up, and then we'll be back to you in a second. Okay, so to bait this up, this little craw up, I'm just going to move it down a bit. So we're going to bait up this little craw. Okay, and I'm going to bring the hook out of the belly. Okay, so to mark it up roughly with the thumb, bring it in. Matt, give me a bit of slack, son. Drop the tip. Okay, bring it through and around and down. And as you saw on the shank of the hook there, it's almost like a bait holder hook. So that will now sit up on the bottom with those waving around. What perch in its right mind is going to resist that, eh, Matt? Right, cast her out, let's have a look. Christmas trees. It's a shame I didn't get those falls on camera. Right guys, thanks for joining us. That is us for today. We're starting to lose the light. We've had a fantastic day. Excellent perch that saved the blank. Stay safe everyone. Don't forget, hit subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and tight lines.